Alright, we playing this one because I'm gonna start with a small version of the title. This is like a reason why I can't mess with like freaking cowards. If you are that, and I understand people are, but if you are that insecure that you would let, and you being a grown adult, let anybody sway you through persuasion of their mouth, through the use of gossip and slander, to make a judgment call on somebody else without you doing any research, I consider you a coward. And second, this is why I ain't gonna go back to what the freak tried to use me, abuse me, lie to me, cheat on me, backstab me, and do all of that stuff. We don't double dip. I'll chip. When it's over, it's over. Let's listen to what this one has to say, because it hit me. That's why I'm doing this.
People. For those of y'all where this person would jump into a third party trying to run from their emotions, trying to run from you, they don't even like this individual. Some of y'all even listen to their friends and family members and running the streets and partying and hanging out with them versus respecting this connection. Now they mad at them because they could see, for a lot of you guys, the individuals that they was running around with, they was calling on them on purpose to pull them away from you because they didn't want this person to ascend. They see it now.
Now, that's my biggest part. Because like I said, no difference than when Judas took 30 pieces of silver to betray Christ. The same thing happened with your family and your friends. And we warned you. Your friends and family don't want you to be happy. Your friends and family don't want you to succeed. And you listen to the same people who are literally betraying you day and night as if they're freaking possessed by the devil, because he's the accuser of the brethren day and night. So if you have somebody that you listen to somebody, whether 5 years ago, 5 minutes ago, 5 weeks ago, and you listen to them and they gossip, 9 times out of 10, they're possessed by the devil, who is what? The accuser of the brethren, who accuses us night and day, and there's no way of getting around it now. Because you have to make it right. You can't go make it right with the person you didn't cause an offense. And God already told you, if there's an offense you have with somebody, you need to go to the person that you did it for. And these people, everybody trying to find loopholes on the way to not do what? Be held accountable for their actions and trying to loophole it around. And this is what I said when I warned this individual that your family's going to betray you. And your friends, it wasn't because I'm jealous. I am the least jealous person on this fucking planet. If I'm telling you something to that extent, guarantee you, one, if you thought I gave 2 squirts of shit to really warn you, it's gone now. Because me, when I open my mouth, I don't just open my mouth just to say things. If I'm trying to warn you, I guarantee you I was trying to warn you. Or at least for you to open up your eyes to let you know to pay attention. Now, after all of this time has passed, you're seeing it now, aren't you? You're seeing the change of the people around you. I guarantee you are. Because if you're going to keep lying to yourself, you messed yourself up. Because I love it when people say, oh, you resentful and stuff. No, I operate literally out of love. You just wanted to see the other side to make yourself feel better. And that's the truth. You wanted to feel better about what you did towards me. Because you listened to gossip. This is what I said. If you couldn't stand up for me when my back was turned, and you know that what they saying was a lie, and you didn't stand up for me, you are an enemy. That's given in any freaking era since the beginning of time. If you cannot stand up for me when my back is turned, knowing that what you're hearing is a lie, you are automatically an enemy. So no wonder, check this out. You want to hear it scripturally? He said, didn't we cast out devils in your name and feed the sick and help the poor? He said this, away from me, evildoers, I never knew you. You know why? Because when your back was turned, what were you doing? Were you doing all of this to make yourself appear to be something that you was not? We can see right through you. So away from me, evildoers. I never knew you. Because when have you ever stood up for what's right? Especially knowing that I was telling the truth the whole time. And you sat there and listened and partook in the gossip and the slander, which was the defecation of my character, knowing that you knew the truth and knowing this, that you were with me more times than most people for you to be like, hey, that's not right. Hey, what you're saying is a lie. You never did it one time. You are an enemy. You can't get around that. You're two-faced. You're an enemy. That's it. And that's something you and God got to work through. Not me, you and God. But you're not going to look me in the eye ever again and think that I don't know what you did, or you think that I didn't hear what you hear. Hello? So when we warned you about your own family, we warned you about your twisted friends, what did you do? You said, fuck that nigga, like everybody else says to me, fuck that nigga. We ain't got to listen to him. And now all of a sudden, you got this great epiphany. Oh shit. What he was saying was the truth. When was I lying? Let's finish the rest of this. Now listen up, because like this is what I mean. I've gone through this. I've had people sit there and betray me based off of family and friends, and these people that they're listening to don't even know me. And so now you just join the party, ring around the rosy. Guess what happens? Ashes to ashes, then we all fall down. And why they all looking all sick and dyingly? Why? Because ashes to ashes, we all fall down. Why? Because a lie cannot stand up against the truth. Let's listen to this. Check this out. She on point.
Boy, this retrograde is fucking somebody completely up. 5 of Wands to the Wheel of Fortune. What's going on with this? Maybe 10 could be a synchronicity for somebody. Somebody in regret. 2 of Wands came out and it's coming out in the reverse. Somebody's in regret that they didn't believe in their own self and fight for this connection. This is an individual that sat back and overthought everything, and while they were sitting back overly thinking and trying to figure this out and trying to be strategic and shit, they gave you just enough time, and I won't they ask no more. Can't make it up. This person fighting and arguing with everybody around them because they mad because they know that you're not coming back. Some of y'all, they blaming other people for why you gone. The Hermit to the Page of Swords. This person is definitely sitting back watching you, and it's making them really, really, really sit in their feelings because they're pissed off and mad at everybody else because they fucked this up. Regardless of who they try to blame, they did this. This is an adult. This is not a child.
Ta-da.
But they did not believe in their personal power, which is 2 of Wands in the reverse. And as a result, the only thing they can do is sit back and watch you.
And watch. Now check this out. As you guys watch me shuffle, what's that one? Usually that means what? Some form of loss. They have a loss. Why? A lot of people gonna realize this. This is why they're on a bed of thorns, that you decided to betray the realest person in your entire circle so that you can feel better about yourself in a circle that doesn't care about you. And this is where, what's this one says? Heaping fire coals upon their head. Anybody remember where that scripture is? I'm pretty sure I could find it if I wanted to. But it's to put what? Heaping hot coals upon their head. Why? Because guess what? You made the wrong choice, just like in Indiana Jones when they had the cup. You chose poorly. What happened to the man when he chose the wrong cup? He died. Y'all chose the wrong cup. Don't come crying to me. Because we warned you. Guess what? You think we warned you just because we're sitting there eavesdropping in your life? Do you think we got enough time in our life with all the things we're going through to care about this? And you know what everybody's done every time I said, hey, this is going to happen, they didn't want to believe me. Hey, this is going to happen. They didn't want to believe me. Hey, such and such is doing this. They didn't want to believe me. They wouldn't believe me if I showed them a video of the person doing it right in front of their eyes. They still would not believe me. Even Jesus said that. If I come and tell you the truth, you believe me not. But let a Pharisees or a mayor or some twisted celebrity come and tell you the same thing I told you, and you're going to believe the same people who do things behind the doors. When I came to you in broad daylight saying this is what's going to happen to you, not to judge you, not to ridicule you, not to bash you, to let you know that there's this concern that's surrounding your life that's going to be around like those people closest to you. It just so happened that this person didn't want to believe that it was their family and friends. Hey, guess what? I guarantee you now that you don't give them those titles no more. I don't give you a title of ex, friend, uncle. That I don't give you a no. Once you betray me, that title shit, which I don't even hold anybody to, because a title don't mean shit to me in this day and age. For them to even try to use a title, let you know. I don't give a shit if you my grown kids. I don't care if you said you my mama. I don't care if I was adopted and you try to say you my second father from my cousin's brother's side. I don't give a shit. Once you betray me, it's over. People don't get to just come back from betrayal. Not close enough to be like, we can forgive you, but for you to come back inside, no. You missed out on something good that you wanted to call trash, and you never even stood up for what was good. You wanted to fit in with the other people. Now look at you and your whole group. Why you all look like you're sick? Why you all look like you're fading? Why do you all look like you're fasting every day? Don't play with me. We know why. Because there's fiery coals upon your head because of what you did to a person. 1, who was innocent. 2, who told you the truth. And 3, who only wanted the best for your soul. And this is why a lot of people are screwed when it comes to me and them. Why? Because I had the best interest of your soul. I didn't care about your friend groups. They don't care about it. I was trying to give you what? A message that concerned your soul. And you wanted to trade it, no different than what Judas did, for 30 pieces of silver just to fit into a group that did what? Because remember, Judas took the money and then the group betrayed him. We don't care. Go see to that yourself. That's in scripture. And then you took money to betray me. That's on you. So don't ever think anybody's going to play victim towards me when you already sat there and betrayed me more times than 7 times 70 in a day. I know people who betrayed me more than 7 times 70 in a day. Because every moment that passed by counts as a moment where you could have told the truth and you could have stood up. So that still counts as you didn't say nothing. You people think that if you don't say nothing, it doesn't be held accountable. You're held accountable because you had the ability to open up your mouth, especially if you're a grown adult and you didn't want to tell the truth. You're going to go what? Burn with the lie. You're going to have to burn with the lie. And hopefully some part of you is still worth saving, because everything that's a part of the lie is going to burn. Like he said, if your right hand offends you, cut it off and throw it in the fire. It's better to enter into heaven maimed than what? Now, these people that lied to themselves about me years and years and years, guess what happens when they're going to get put in the fire? They're not all of them's going to come back out of it. Hopefully their heart is still left. Hopefully their soul is still left. But as far as their physical body that decided to believe a lie all of these years, it's going to burn. Because they chose to listen to other people instead of doing the research. And then there's people who have been around me and they know the things that they heard about me was a up-faced lie, and they still went along just so they can fucking fit in. Those are the worst type of people. That's like you said, he don't like them cold and he don't like them hot. Something about lukewarm. These are these two-faced, they play both sides. They're a double two-faced person. I could never do some shit like this, and I've done some shit. I'm not perfect. There's no way I could sit here and do this and then do it for so long and think that there's no repercussions. I learned at a young age that shit comes back to you. At a young age, I knew that things come back to you. Why? Because of the gifts that God gave me. I knew. She still got what? 2 more minutes on here. Listen to this. Watch, because it's important, because people need to know that they need to check their circles. If you're going to sit there and you want to seriously be accepted by people who don't even give a shit about you, Just so that you can fit in, you need help. You're thirsty. Listen.
They got so much hell and chaos in their life now. May the 12th could be a synchronicity for somebody. December the 9th, well, September the 12th. This is an individual that has literally created so much bullshit in their life, they can't do nothing but sit back and regret, not treating you right. Because for a lot of y'all, what they going through on these clearance racks, they created it because that's what they ran to, because they avoided you. And they avoided you, meaning they were avoiding their healing. Child, cut it out. Let's see. 9 of Swords to the Fool. When I tell y'all, this person feels dumb as fuck.
They should.
But I kind of feel like with them being in the 9 of Swords energy with the Fool, this is somebody that's going to try to take a leap of faith to get out of this anxiety that they in over you. Let's see.
Spiritual counsel in reverse.
The Moon to the 3 of Cups. This person is having a lot of dreams, a lot of anxiety. 9 of Swords is out here. The Moon is 18, which is a 9. This person wants to create an ending to this separation. They want to create an ending to this silence. March the 18th could be a synchronicity for somebody. This is definitely somebody that is literally sitting back trying to figure out what the fuck are they going to do. March the 13th could be a synchronicity. 313, 318, 314. March the 14th is out here as well as March the 19th. So heavy on Pisces energy the month of March. Somebody's intuition
555
is turning
5.
their ass up. I don't know what sign or planet
5555
is in. I really don't know. But what is this? Gemini? But I'm not sure where the moon and all this stuff gonna be. This is somebody that it's gotta be either an air or water sign, because there is so many emotions out here that this person.
Some form of confirmation just popped on my screen.
I'm gonna be shit with the Knight of Wands out here. Some of y'all, this person gonna do something impulsive to try to come back in. But you succeed.
It sounds like reckless. It sounds like they're going to be reckless, but that's the end of that. But just get onto it, because gossip is a sickness. It can cause what? It's like a virus. I hate to use normal or common, because this shit, when people say common sense now, people need to start teaching it. But either way, this is a person that if you're going to believe a lie and then not research the lie, then you're susceptible to the lie by being seduced by the lie. And all of this just so you can fit in with people who would sit there and literally walk over your corpse if they watch you sitting there on the floor choking to death. They would literally just walk by you. And this is the people that you're impressing. This is the people that you want to give to. Another confirmation part. This is the people, and this is why I'm glad this woman said this. This person is detaching. You finally caught the idea. They are against you. Good job for you. To what? Because there has to be some level of one thing first. You got to start loving yourself, because what? The power of love is the first thing. Why? Somebody had to do something to ask for some truth. Yes, it's your family. Yes, it's your friends. Look. I used to say this, man. If I had a pocket full of fucking money and I go ask people what can we do with the money, not one of them will say, let's go find Jesus. Let's go help somebody else. No. The first thing people like this would do is say, where's the quickest place to go find trouble? This is the type of people that you need to detach from. And we're going to know them by their fruits. I guarantee you, you pocket full of money. Look, I would hang out with somebody who said, let's go find somebody else to help. Oh, okay. 9 times out of 10, the people that you're surrounding with, they're selfish in nature, and they're going to want to be like, gimme, or let's do this, something for selfish. But if you go help somebody first and then you go celebrate, you know what I mean? Then you might be considering these people. But these are people that be like, nah, man, let's go to the man spot. Let's go to the do that. Let's go get some of this. These are the people you got to separate yourself from. And I know it's challenging and difficult, especially when you're what? You wanted to fit in with them. See, I don't have that big of a problem with it. Why? Because I had to go through it my whole life. Till I realized I am my own group. I am my own circle. Fuck this shit. I don't need this. I don't conform to people's groups like that. That's not something I do. Look, I got things that I still wrestle with too, but this fitting in and wanting to be a part of liars and murderers and thieves and two-faced backstabbing people who would trade you for a bag of drugs, I don't have nothing to do with people like that. Because if you can sell me out that quick to somebody who did nothing to you, man, imagine what they're doing to the people that you're sitting there gossiping with. Imagine what these people are doing when your back is turned, and these are the people that you hang around. Do the research. Because if you could believe them about something about me, and none of them ever knew me, they could know things about me, but to know somebody, you have to be able to what? Continuously experience. That's what the word to know means. Or the other word to know meant. And since they don't have A or B, they got to do what? They get to make up C. Oh, they're like such and such and such and such. And 9 times out of 10, people like this, they're talking about themselves. They're talking about themselves. So whoever this person is, if you broke the spell of being codependent on other people to make you feel good inside, congratulations, because not a lot of people can get that. Because usually everything that causes a separation, it has a what do you call it? An acronym of going through the 5 stages of grief. Through everything that you let go of your old self, you might wind up going through the 5 stages of grief for everything that you put off so that you can better yourself. Let's say if it's an addiction, you will go through the 5 stages of grief. Most people do. To what? To help you recover. If it was a bad relationship, you would probably go through the 5 stages. Anything. Overeating, you will go through some form of the 5 stages of grief. And the first stage of every freaking one is denial. Are you going to keep believing the lie? Denial's the first one. Most people cannot get past denial. Because why? They already been breathing in and breathing out a lie. The whole time. They already been breathing in a lie. So they'll stay at denial. Which would be a level, which should be still what? It'd be like you're being gatekept by pride. Because pride doesn't like to take responsibility at all. At all. At all. In any way, shape, or form. Look, this is how pride is. A person to go in the bathroom and go do a number 2. Did you just do a deuce? Nah, I ain't do nothing. You didn't even flush the toilet. It's still in there. I ain't do nothing. That's what pride will do. You were the only one that came out the bathroom. That's not mine. That's what pride does. And I know a lot of people that are stuck in the level of pride. So whoever this person is, congratulations, because good, you know what? None of these chains that we have to break, all of us as a human race, are not easy to break. Especially if you don't have help to break them. This is why he said, come to me, all you who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Why? He said, because with man, all of this is impossible, but with me, nothing's impossible. Now y'all trying to get the hint? Somebody had to call out for help beyond them to be able to separate themselves from a family and a friend circle that all they did was try to introduce them to drinking, drugging, and fucking. Somebody had to call out to a living God, something beyond them, to be able to separate themselves from a family and a friend circle where all they wanted to do was drink, fuck, and drug. And obviously lie. So congratulations to whoever broke the chains. Straight up.